Hey everybody, I'm Shovda. You may know my left hand from Super Mario World. Today, what we're playing requires the whole body, both hands, the soul, and the mind. This is JokerShellOK, a fan game with a lot of shells. Here with me on the couch. First off, I have the Kaizo Grungler, who will join your Polycules Terraria server if you ask and help you get the Zenith. It's BeeKaay.
Hello, I'm honored to be here. I was assured by Reddit that I would be banned from ever doing this again. But I guess you can't believe everything you read on the internet.
Next, we have one of the best and most determined Kaizo players I know. I am in awe at the fan games he's beaten and created. This is no joke. I am reading this off the paper, but it is coming from my heart. This is GlitchCat7.
Hi. What an honor to be here.
And finally, they're a lover of emo. They can tell you the difference between first, second, third, fourth, and even fifth wave. If it exists, it is BlueRibbonHighLife.
Great to be here. Thank you.
And joining us as host is another queer Kaizo member, one of the architects of the greater Kaizo scene. Behind the scenes, it is BD. Now, before we begin, I got one more thing. I want to let you know something about this fan game. BD alluded to this. This is a very difficult fan game. It kind of scares me. Of my 3 couch members, 2 outright refused to play it to prepare for this run. The last one, Glitch, of course, did because he's very good at Mario. But when I went to his stream, he saw me, he laughed, and he said about running this, better you than me. So, all right, we are ready to go. I'm going to do the countdown now. 3, 2, 1, go. Good luck, have fun. Thank you.
All right. Man, let's get going. This is going to be a lot of fun. This is a fan game all about Koopa shells, and we're going to be jumping on them, bouncing on them, throwing them, using them to get through all the different obstacles. The first thing to note for those who are unaware, this is a really precise sub-discipline of tech in Super Mario World, and we're going to look at the difference between moving shells and not moving shells. A Koopa shell must be moving in order to get a jump off of it. So you're seeing Shovda use a lot of different techniques to get a shell moving. Throwing it against the wall to bounce off the wall and get a jump off of it. The kicking Koopa up there is going to come down and kick the shell, and we're going to see a lot of different techniques. But that's the thing to keep in mind if you're unfamiliar with this kind of tech. Moving shell needs, or stationary shell needs to be put in motion in order to get a bounce off of it. We're doing a nice juggle there. You're going to see a lot of these tricks get even more complex as the game goes on, and kicking that blue Koopa out. We're seeing that on-off block to open the way, and all these things are going to come back. Nicely done. Very good. Let's get some hype for that first level.
Let's also get some hype that we are just shy of $20,000 away from getting Mario Kart 64 on the schedule, y'all. Let's go.
There's a couple of blue shells in this game, but we want to see some more blue shells. So this is, we're going to see Mario can do 2 different kinds of jumps. There is a regular jump, and there is a spin jump. Obviously, the regular jump is regular, and the spin jump is spinning. And we need to use the right jump for the right situation. And there are certain things that are going to allow us to reset the type of jump being used. So spiny shells are dangerous. They must be jamped on. And regular shells need to be regular jumped on. Or when spinning, you can get a boost off of them. There is that P-switch over there that's going to turn the brown blocks into coins, coins into brown blocks, but it also gives us a chance to reset our jump type. Because as of right now, maybe that'll change later, but as of right now, we cannot reset the jump type unless we land on something. So there's that P-switch there to make sure that we can reset the jump type and open up the wall. Again, those on-off blocks making a path for the shell down below, and you're seeing those plus and minus tiles on the ground. Those are going to change the speed of the shell. When it hits the minus, it slows down a little bit. When it hits the plus, it's going to speed up a little bit. And Shovda needs to be able to anticipate that different motion. It's worth noting that some of these changes are not vanilla. Yeah, there we go. We got a little bit more to go, though. There's that nice spin drop. Very good. Ooh. That is a really tight timer on that P-switch. That looks like Shovda just kind of graced through that, but she did, but it was way harder than you might think. We're going to highlight that subtlety for you. Nicely done, Yoshi drop, and a little bit more. Very good, up and over. Blue, where do you think Yoshi goes when he falls in the pit?
He goes into that. You taught me that.
Oh, on the fun water slide?
Yeah, oh, yeah.
I think so too.
Yeah, you want to keep all this tech in mind too. We're going to see it again in the end, and it just builds this fan game built on and on and on. Each little piece that we see in the levels all comes to a head later on.
Yeah. So we've got this shell platform. It's a sort of a sparkly shell, and it's going to lock Mario right onto the shell while Mario is riding the shell. It also gives us an additional greater speed than we normally would be able to get. So shovda is actually not pressing a direction on the D-pad or being neutral while in motion to get a little bit of extra distance when jumping off of that. And you can see that you have that extra neutral speed by the fact that Mario is also kind of sparkly and pretty while riding on the shell. This might be a good time for maybe a donation or two if you have some.
Oh, I've got so many right now. Oh my goodness. We have a $500 donation from A17 Tabris. Had to donate during this run of one of the most absurd SMW alterations ever shown at GDQ. Good luck to Shovda, and here's hoping the snowflakes cooperate. And also, let's get some Mario Kart. And y'all, real quick, we are 70% of the way to getting Mario Kart 64 on the schedule. Let's keep this pace going, y'all. Can you beat Shovda to this incentive? I want to see it happen. We also have a $10 donation from Gossip Greg. Much love to Shovda and the SMW Kaizo community. Y'all are great, and I know that you are going to put on a great show.
Yeah. Okay, we're just setting up for the final. Very good. Nicely done. The mid-air P-jump. That was a first try on that. Very, very well done. I love this hype. This is great. This is such an exciting type of design in Super Mario World, so flashy, and it's not going to stop anytime soon here in Springtime Cavern, where we're going to use a little bit of a different item. This is, I know it's like, well, take my word for it, but no, look at what we're seeing. This is such a difficult level. We've got these springs, which are really not supposed to be used this way. They have a kind of a strange hitbox. They're big and bulky and can be difficult to land on. You're going to see the green springs that are going to be used to bounce Mario up in the air, as well as the red springs that are used to bounce Mario sort of to the side and can also bounce items. So we're starting out with a really difficult maneuver to drop the green spring down and have it sent forward by that red spring down below, and then setting up that up toss with the flashing grab block so that Mario can get a spin because Mario can spin jump on those grab blocks and only a spin jump. And now we get to do a little special something. Shovda, how's it going?
We are going to let my friend BeeKaay play the next portion of the fan game.
Give it up for BeeKaay, everybody.
As you can see on the screen, it says, Ich sterbe nicht in baby shells. I do not die in baby shells. The creator, Noiso, who is German, made this fan game for JokerStreamOK, who is also German, and he said these words in German. And so Noiso added this little section to kind of mess with JokerStreamOK. The funny thing is that if you die here in the original version of the game, then you go back to the hard part with the spring, which is to say, if you die in baby shells, you got to do all the really difficult stuff again. But for this, I was so afraid of being embarrassed by dying here that I asked BeeKaay if he would play this section instead for me. BeeKaay, of course, until starting to practice for this, had not played a shell level since, he told me, 2018.
This is sort of the equivalent of having like the regular person at the Olympics, you know?
I'm feeling so regular right now.
It's interesting that BeeKaay has actually found some cheeses for this section, which I think is actually very impressive.
You're supposed to do a shell jump there. Like, I don't do that shell jump. You're supposed to do a back shot here. I don't do the back shot. I do this extremely scary looking long shell jump instead, which you can tell is working swimmingly.
He's got this. He's got this.
Eventually.
Oh, yeah.
Is it okay if I read a couple donations while we're at this?
Please.
Absolutely.
All right, we have $100 from Big Love Gaming. Like Mario always said before a kart race, gotta go fast. And y'all, we have $25 from Hera saying, let's go Mario, donating for that bonus game. And y'all, we're making great We're doing such good work here. We are almost at $48,000 raised out of the $64,000. We need to add Mario Kart to the schedule. Let's keep this going, y'all. Let's add Mario Kart. As you can see, this is a very shell-intense game, and what do we all know Mario Kart 64 for? Is throwing shells around. So think of it like, what's your favorite shell?
Glitch, what is your favorite shell?
Oh, the one with cheese?
Ooh.
You know?
That's good. Yeah.
Yeah.
I like a little marinara in mine.
Yeah. Blue, what about you? Favorite shell?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I think I have to say the blue shell, right?
Yeah.
Just to stay on brand. Plus, it makes you fly. So
It does.
who doesn't want to fly?
Could we get another donation or two?
Absolutely. BeeKaay, please take no offense, but these are more for Shovda than for you. We have $180 from Magicer72 saying, Shovda shell, okay. We also have $25 from Court. The SMW community is such a kind and welcome home. Thank you to Shovda for being one of so many women Kaizo players who inspire me to always go for one more retry. Let's get Mario Kart 64.
Remember when I got all the way to the end and then died?
Yeah.
Like really early on? That's premature. I appreciate your enthusiasm, though. Again, I appreciate it, but...
Yes!
That's my son! That was for my son!
Good job. Did it.
Awesome.
Yeah.
If the New York Times was aware of this, they would commission a 5,000-word opinion column about how we're discriminating against cis people in speedrunning with this gimmick.
This level... This is the Red Switch Palace. We need to get these levels in order to get across the bridge to finish the game. And you're going to see these gray-colored shells here. They do not interact with each other. So normally, if two shells are moving and they collide, they will break each other and fall off the screen and be destroyed. These shells don't do that, and that allows for some different kind of tricks. There are a lot of different little under-the-hood customizations that were done. Noiso is very, the creator of this game, Noiso, is very, very clever in how they use slight modifications to the base game in order to make things more conducive to very cool tricks. And so that's how you're seeing all these shells lining up without actually crashing into each other. And nicely done. The first try up pipe. Don't worry about that. It's just a little trick troll. And there's the yump too. Nicely done. Let's go. That is a one-frame trick. Yump. You know about the yumps. There is one frame when you touch the top of the switch. There is the first frame, 60 FPS. There is one frame where you count as standing. And in that one frame, only, you can get the jump. You get one try at that, Shovda making it look easy. But now we get to see the rest of Springtime Cavern, and we're going to see a few more tricks being done with shells and springs in combination. This is actually a very, very, very tricky level, in no small part to the fact that the springs just have a very strange hitbox and can be really difficult to work with because you kind of have to preempt the position a little bit. Shovda kind of dropping that early, right? You see they kind of drop it early in order to get it under Mario's feet in time. A couple of indicators and things, but it's not always, don't always pay attention to the indicators, but usually those green coins or arrows are showing where to drop or use an object. So I always like to say that the indicators don't necessarily, in a level like this, don't tell you what to do the first time, they remind you what to do the 10th time. And these are certainly levels that can take hours. I mean, really, really hours to complete in some cases. This is probably the most difficult. What did we say? The most difficult level?
It is. It takes, I watched multiple people take between 20 and 40 hours on this level on first play. Shout outs to Germ Dove.
Who is a very good player.
Very good player, yes.
I think that like this just has such like really good nuanced motion, right? We saw with the drops you mentioned in the game in general too, with all the neutraling, like a lot of things that you can't tell are happening that Shovda is doing just to dial this in perfectly and make it work, right?
Yeah. You have a lot of control over your bounce, not only from landing on the springs, but from landing on enemies and shells. And not only is Shovda controlling the horizontal position and just putting Mario where he needs to be, but also controlling the bounce. By holding down the button more or less, you are controlling the vertical that you get off of that. And all of these situations have a really small window for success.
Yeah, we'll see in a later level where that really come in play.
As if that weren't enough, something not really seen to just someone who's watching this game is in Super Mario World, you can control the rate at which you fall. If you hold jump, you fall slower. If you don't hold jump, you hold faster. You fall faster. And there's a lot of required subtlety in fall speed throughout the game. So as if the solve doesn't look hard enough, like there's even more that you don't see that she has to do correctly to win.
Yeah, we really like to talk about Super Mario World, the physics engine, as kind of a musical instrument, that there's just so much nuance that the level is the song and you are playing it in more ways than one. But we're coming up on, we got this. We'll move that red Koopa with those two. And we're coming up on the end with this Yoshi trick. Oof. That is really... Yeah, so Yoshi, you want to hold the Y button in midair to get extra speed. That's your run button, and you're still using that in the air as you're moving. You also need that button to stick out Yoshi's tongue, and that little silver line at the bottom of the screen we would call a 1F0. That's its tile name in the code, and that's going to slide Yoshi along because we need Yoshi to eat that spring. So it's really tricky because you want to have enough momentum by holding the Y button, but then you're breaking that ever so slightly to stick Yoshi's tongue out at the right moment and eat the spring. Here we go.
All right.
Perfect.
And that is the first try midair.
Perfect.
Give it up.
The first try midair. So that's one of several midairs that we might see, and that's abusing the fact that when Mario holds a shell and turns from the left to the right while facing the camera, the hitbox of Mario and the shell overlap with each other, and that allows for you to basically throw the shell underneath your feet. And so now this green liquid at the bottom might look delicious. I think green is the best color of drink. Donate to prove me wrong if you think otherwise, but we don't want to touch this drink because it is very dangerous and it's moving up and down. It will kill Mario if contact is made. So we're going to use the on-off switches to keep it at bay. The on-off switch is going to move it down. It wants to rise back up. It's going to move down again. And you're also going to see the numbers on the shell. Those are going to come into play a little bit later too, but what they mean is that the shell will disappear after that number of hits has taken place. So there's a 2 on this. See how the shell poofs after 2 hits? And nicely done. That's a kind of a chill one. If you can imagine a chill level in this game.
Y'all, I want to say real quick, we have crossed $50,000 towards the $64,000 we need. We are less than $14,000 to go to get Mario Kart 64 onto this guy. Yeah, let's go,
Yeah.
come on.
Yeah. So here we go. Oh, there are boos. This level is scary. Watch out. Are you okay? You okay? All right? Doing all right? Okay. All right. There's boos. They're scary. They're moving around. They're moving around the shell. They're moving in cool little clusters. They're moving around the shell that we're holding. And we were mentioning before how you can control that fall speed. That is really going to come into play in this level because we want to make really accurate landings and fit our movement with the cycle, not only of the shell's movement, but of the boos twirling around it. And yeah, going to open the way with that yellow block. And we're going to do that one more time. But look at the really careful articulation. Shovda's always in the air when the boos are underneath. One shot, no problem.
Nice.
No problem at all. Now we're going to get even trickier. It's the big boo, and this is a cool boss fight that Noiso, the creator of this game, has cooked up for us. There's a health bar in the upper right. You can see it depleting as we make hits, and we're going to go through a bunch of different phases. You see the infinity sign on that green shell. It is means infinity hits, and it's also locked underneath Mario's position. So as Mario moves, that shell is going to move along. We've got those gray shells again, not to interact with each other, and now we get the second phase. Or those is the final phase, excuse me. And we got to get 3 more hits to win it. So using that gray shell to bounce up and grab those purple grab blocks. And we want to make sure we preserve the gray shell until the very end. Oh my gosh.
This is my sleep paralysis demon.
Very nice.
One shot. That is really good for that level. And since that fight resets from the beginning every time, that's a really excellent time save to get that in one shot. That was really good with that ghost line. My, oh my. All right, this is maybe an accurate description of some people's trip to Pittsburgh. It's the cold level. There's ice and snow everywhere, and you're gonna see these snowflake tiles which freeze any sprite that touches them. So Mario freezes and gives a little pose for the camera. The shell will freeze momentarily when touching them, and we're gonna use all of that to get through. But first, we're gonna go in here and heat it up a little bit with this fire flower. That's gonna be used to shoot those big white ice blocks out of the way. And again, we're holding Y to get speed, but also pressing Y to shoot a fireball. And that is really tricky and just requires a really conscientious use of momentum. You really have to make these jumps very accurately because you're letting go of the button that gives you momentum to take shots. So that puts a lot of pressure on the individual articulation for each jump. But got no problem here. Maybe we could hear a donation while we're heating it up.
We are less than $13,000 away from Mario Kart, y'all. Let's go.
Let's go.
I do have some love for BeeKaay here. We have $25 from Nux Tenma. Oh, hey, BeeKaay, great job on baby shells. I got another sticker for you as a prize. And good luck to Shovda on the adult shells, less than 3. We also have $25 from Shoujo. A re-grab is when you steal the controller back from BeeKaay after he misses a shell jump.
Yes.
Got time for a couple more?
Nope. Thank you for asking.
Very nicely done. That's a little trick at the end there, needing to shoot 2 fireballs. You think it might be 1, but then it turns out you need 2. It's a kind of a classic Super Mario World trick. And we're gonna get into the next level. Now we've learned about that the spiny shells are dangerous. This shell down below is changing between regular and spiny every time we bounce on it. Additionally, we're able to change our jump type in midair. This is a special thing called motor skills. Of course, if you play a lot of SMW Kaizo, you'll know that comes from Morsel, the very classic trope. Morsel invented it, but now we need to use that in order to stay alive. And so easy. This is the easiest game I've ever seen. No, I'm just kidding. It's fantastically difficult. 2 in a row! 2 for 2. Oh my. 2 one-frame tricks. Love it. Wow. Man. Wow.
Y'all,
that was really cool.
With that jump, we are less than $5,000 away from $700,000 raised for Prevent Cancer Foundation, and we are less than $12,000 away from Mario Kart 64, everybody. Let's keep this going.
We can do this. We can do this.
Shovda's not making it easy on you. You gotta beat her to the end of this.
Oh. So we're using these, you're seeing these snowflakes again. They're temporarily freezing the sprites that touch them. So again, Mario's gonna freeze, the shells are gonna freeze, and we need to use those on-off blocks to open the way. We're gonna kick the Koopa around. And that's it actually.
Yeah, I think this is one of the things I really love about this level, and we've seen it a few other times, is that we see something that switches between being helpful, being harmful for the player. So here we're using these, the freezes are really good for us, but then we'll see a spot a little bit later where freezing is bad and we don't want to do it.
Yeah, that is really, it's excellent level design, kind of just thinking about I like to think of it like a Swiss Army knife of level design. It works one way, it works the other way. And here, like Blue said, we're going into this section. We do not want to touch these because if we do, Mario will freeze, but the shell, of course, will skate away and we'll never see it again. Loving this energy. Y'all are doing great out here. So a little bit of a photosensitivity warning coming up for this level in particular. There's going to be a little bit of flashing here in Storm Booster. And we're going to see these blue blocks with arrows on them that indicates the direction that Mario is going to be flung forward when he touches one of these tiles. And this is another one of these examples of, I guess you could call it like just slope speed, which is like Mario slides down a slope and we kind of refer to that extra speed. It's faster than you normally go, and counterintuitively, to preserve that slope speed, you need to not press any buttons. So by holding forward, you're gonna slow yourself down, but by being neutral or not pressing anything on the D-pad, you maintain that rate of speed to throw the shell under your feet at the end for the midair. Imagine a level that's hard because you don't want to press buttons at the right time. Let's go. And
I got to enjoy that level.
Yeah, photosensitivity warning is over now. That was just very brief. We just want to make sure our friends are taken care of. This is a good level.
Scary level.
Yeah, so watch
Hold your
out.
breath.
We refer the level that's coming up as the feral level, and we call it that because at SGDQ 2023, Shovda was struggling through her first play of this game. Blue Ribbon and I were there, and we remember when, not even having beaten the game for the first time, she said, not only am I going to beat this, I'm going to speedrun it, and I'm going to get it into SGDQ. And we refer to this as Shovda going feral, so this is the feral level.
So much magic in the GDQ practice room. It's a really special place.
So true.
Yeah. We're gonna use these shells in combination with the ropes. Some of them are on lines and they will move. Some of them are not on lines and they will fall. The saw, again, following that line track, and just gonna open up the way, do that little P-switch jump again. And I think we're actually coming up, watch out. Yep, and there we go. A little bit of a troll from Noiso. That saw falls right at the end. If we were to just continue running forward, it's gonna fall right on our heads, but not her. She's really, really good at this.
Hey, Shovda, real quick, how many levels are left? One level. Y'all, we are just over $10,000 away from Mario Kart 64, and this is the last level. Let's go, everybody.
Let's go. So we're seeing a little bit of a wrap up of stuff we've used before. You got the motor shell that switches when you jump on it, the motor skills to switch your jump type in the air. We've got that flashing shell platform along with these thwomps that are moving sideways. And this level is just kind of a wrap up of what we've seen before. We are about to find out, the kill the Koopa larvae percent. What is that exactly? Well, we're about to find out once we get into the end. We're gonna have to do a really excellent custom boss fight. A lot of Super Mario World modders kind of pride themselves on making really cool and interesting bosses. But I'm getting a little bit ahead of ourselves. Do we have some more donations while we're getting our way there?
We have so many. We have this $10 donation from Carrarium. Shovda, I am so happy to see you destroy these silly shell levels on the GDQ main stage. You are a light in so many people's lives, and your constant pursuit in giving people a safe place to hang out and chat, listen, and learn is commendable. There is absolutely no one else like you. Best of luck, and trans rights.
We could probably get another in.
Oh, there's so many. We have $100 from Om Nom Nom. Good luck, Shovda. The Kaizo community is amazing. GDQ is amazing. Fight cancer, trans rights. And y'all.
Yes, there we go, up and in there. Now there's the H, but we don't even need to touch it because we're gonna get an automatic checkpoint in the next room. And this is the Koopa larvae. There they are, up in their little frowny face cloud, attacking us with different attacks. The health bar obviously in the upper right, and we're gonna have to dodge a series of different effects, drop that gray shell in order to get a spin, and that's how we're gonna get up there and bonk it on the head. A lot of these positions can be a little bit random, but Shovda knows exactly how to deal with just about any situation, and every situation is winnable. So these like different spikes kind of falling, you don't know where it's gonna be, and when it smashes down like that, it is trying to target you. But easy money into phase 2. And again, I got that infinite shell and some fire being dropped. These thwomps are also kind of a little bit randomized. You don't know exactly what it's going to be, but easy bounces to just get up. I mean, I say easy, like, it's very easy. Like, Shovda is just making it very easy because she is exceptionally talented, right?
Less than $9,000 to go to Mario Kart.
Go 2 more hits. Oh, okay. We get to see some more. Maybe they went by a little fast. They didn't even get to do their little fun hammer attack. We gotta give the boss a chance. Maybe the frowny cloud is because Shovda just wins too quick. They want a little bit of time on the stage too to hang out with us. A little bit of a convenience there again to use those gray shells that it throws out. It will not destroy the shell you're riding on, right? So you can just bounce right over and pick it up that way. and you always want to aim for the middle of that fire that gets dropped because that's the first place that's going to be safe, right? You see kind of shoved, like, well, okay, or the side, whatever, you're just that good. But yeah, normally if you look, it kind of spreads down from the middle and moves away. But
Got that brand new skip again, attacking right in the middle of the attack time. It's only a couple weeks old. Great to see it on the stage here.
Y'all, we are $1,000 away from $700,000 raised, and we are just about $8,200 away from Mario Kart. If you've got a chance, let me have it, because there is so much love coming in for Shovda right now.
and
Time. Sorry.
Or you could just do that instead. Give it up, everybody.
that is
for
such
Shovda.
a good time, please. Shovda.
I just want to run through the credits real quick as I do that after every run.
That was so good.
Thank you.
That was so good. Wow.
All right, so that was that run. I think we're going to move over to Thumb Shredder. I don't know if we're doing, we're moving right to that? Yeah? Okay, thank you.
And while Shovda is getting set up, I do want to share we have a $25 donation from Xandra. Hi, Shovda. Hope you've been well. Watching you play this game is poetry in motion. I can't believe we're being treated to 2 speedruns in one. You racing to the credits and your couch trying to explain a level before you've beaten it. Best of luck, y'all. Less than 3. And we have crossed $700,000 raised for the Prevent Cancer Foundation.
All right, so next up here, I'm going to let Glitch explain everything because guess what? He made this. This
Sorry.
is Thumb Shredder, though. I will count down from 3 and we will be in time. 3, 2, 1, go.
Wow. So this is a really special thing. This is, I made this, and if I had known that eventually Shovda would be playing it on the GDQ stage and this level would be as popular as it was, I would have maybe spent more time on this, but I made this in an evening while I was watching a documentary, Free Solo from Alex Honnold when he climbs up El Cap, and so I made this kind of like the ascent that he did in the movie. We're maybe gonna one-shot this, would be so cool, but that's all right, we got time. This is very difficult, it's very challenging.
We are less than $4,500 away from Mario Kart 64. Let's go, everybody!
Let's go. So in this level, we can infinitely spawn shells by pressing the L or the R button. Every time you press that, one of the shells will appear in your hand. I got the idea for this after playing another creation by Morsel, Storks and Apes and Crocodiles, where when you fight the final boss, you can press L or R to generate blocks, which you throw at the boss. And I really enjoy shell levels, so I thought, I wonder if I could make a shell level out of that. So my friend Wes Slasher made the ASM, or the custom code that allows this to happen, and I just kind of whipped this up in an evening, not really assuming that other people would want to play it. To my surprise, it got kind of popular, and people kind of spent a lot of time on this one. It's just one level, it's just a little tower that we're climbing up, and we're already pretty close to the end. I did consider putting Kaizo blocks up above there, but I didn't, so we can just hang out. We're waiting for the P-switch. I like to kind of organically get the player to stand in one place, or in this case, bounce, and that's it.
Nice.
GG Orb.
Absolutely incredible.
Absolutely amazing. That was you, though. You. Wow.
It's one level, but that is such a tough level.
I think the first time when I made that and I played it on my stream just thinking like, I'll just show this off. I think it took me 2 hours the first time I made that, so.
And I guess, yep, absolutely. We do have one more thing. Could we get the blocker up real quick?
She just went feral again there.
While you're getting this last little showcase set up, we are less than $4,000 away from Mario Kart 64. Thanks in part to this $2,500 donation from Jaeger. An amazing event and cause, as always. We also have $64 from non-binary code. I wanted to come in here and make one of my usual bad jokes or a haiku or whatever, but I'm just here, mouth agape, as usual, mesmerized by Shovda's sheer skill. Wow. Just wow. Anyways, let's get to that 64K, and as always, trans rights. And
Forget to go on
y'all,
the blocker.
we're just about $3,000 away. We are so close to getting Mario Kart, everybody.
Hey, so we have one more fan game to show you. We wanted to show you an easy one that you could play if you wanted to start playing Kaizo. I'm going to let Glitch, Blue, and BeeKaay talk about it when I begin, but which will be in 3, 2, 1, go.
This is Oops All Fortresses. It is like Shev said, it's really good one for beginners. We actually start with the credits so we can see all the lovely people who contributed to this. This is made by Mars, and it originally actually started out as a ROM Hack Races level, which is a weekly thing that we put on. Glitch could tell you a lot more about ROM Hack Races. But I'll just say that, so we have one room at a time here. Each one of these rooms, you can die in and restart in the room, so each room's a checkpoint. And it's really focused a lot more on sort of jump tech, jump timing, not a lot of that really highly technical stuff like we saw in the shell. So a little bit more stuff that if you have played Mario, you're going to understand how to get through these levels.
I like to point out that sometimes with levels like this that are really, really challenging, it is the fundamentals expressed in a really, really precise kind of way, right? We're just moving and jumping like Blue said, but we're doing that between different blocks and riding on that block snake, which is going to snake around and move as we move.
Less than $2,000 to go, everybody.
We got this. Come on, we got this.
So each of these,
I want to see Mario Kart.
Oh, me too, yeah. Each of these fortresses has a different theme. So here you can see we're in the ghost house again. Don't be scared. Good cheer, okay.
Who's your favorite ghost? Is it the one with the sticking out tongue?
Oh yeah, I like the goofy one.
Yeah. They all have different fun little expressions.
And we actually know that this is good for beginners because Shovda had a friend over and was like, oh, what should I have them play to start? And I said, have them play Oops All Fortresses. And they did, and they beat it in a couple hours. So with the right tutelage, it's definitely a manageable game.
A couple hours, and that's very cool, and that determination is commendable, but just it really goes to show the kind of skill level that you can really get to. You can
definitely.
Really, like I said, it's a musical instrument, and Shovda can just absolutely shred
We have
it.
$999.
Oh,
look at that! Thank you all so much.
Yes.
We have raised $64,000 for the Prevent Cancer Foundation, and we are racing some Mario Kart 64.
Let's go. Yeah. This is the bullet area they are firing out of those yellow things. You know, it's kind of fun because this, like, you can kind of understand what's going on here, right? Like, you don't necessarily, well, you're jumping on the bullets, and you know, I think it's something that's really appealing about Kaizo in particular is that at a certain point, everybody kind of knows how Mario works. And you can look at that and you can say, wow, yes, this is very challenging Mario.
Yeah, and this is a great job at kind of like leading you through it too, right? Like these, you can only spin jump on, but you try a couple times with a normal jump if you don't know what you're doing. You keep dying and you say, I better spin jump instead. So it works out really well. I also wanted to say too, you know, I talked about Shovda's friend who did this in 2 hours. When we ran this as a ROM hack race, all the experienced Kaizo players got it done, I think, about within half an hour. So definitely, you know, that's the difference between a new player versus an experienced Kaizo player versus somebody playing it on the GDQ main stage.
But I want to highlight, too, that this kind of thing is achievable. You know, with a little bit of practice, with a little determination, and just some time, you, too, can play Kaizo Mario if that seems interesting. And if it does seem interesting, SMW Central Online is going to have all the resources that you need. We all work pretty closely with SMW Central to just help players get involved, whether you're a beginner, whether you're an expert. There is something for you here, and the SMW Kaizo community is one of the most welcoming and kind, devoted, talented, smart, genius kind of communities that I've ever met. We do fantastic things, and I'm just like really proud of us, and I think we're awesome.
Yeah, there's some great resources to get you started, and you really, if you are liking what you're seeing, you would love being a part of our community, and we would love to have you here.
It really is an art form to both play them and to make them, and like I said, you know, musical instrument, and we're just playing beautiful tunes.
A lot of people will see, for example, Shovda practicing something like JokerShellOK and say, oh, this looks impossible. I could never do it.
Time.
And the important thing is that games like that are not anyone's first fan game. There's a large step function, but something like this could be.
So, I've been Shovda. It sounds like we're going to have Mario Kart 64 next. I want to thank you three again, BeeKaay, GlitchCat7, and BlueRibbonHighLife, and BD for being here for me. I appreciate it very, very much. And thank you, GDQ, for having me. I've been watching since 2013 or 2012. I am honored to be up here playing games for you all and raising money for the Prevent Cancer Foundation. Thank you.